Hello. Hello.
Hello, ABK. Hello, ABK. Can you hear me?
Hello, Motornut.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, something was wrong with Senna.
Yeah. Let me hook up because I've unplugged my phone because I thought something wrong with my phone.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, let me put everything back because I have a mass of wires here, so everything goes into my jacket pocket. It's still kind of dark outside, but it is getting better. Okay, starting up the bike.
Yeah, let's go.
I am almost. Let me get out of my gate here because I'm also in my parking garage.
Okay. So this is our first transatlantic, transoceanic, transcontinental motovlog.
Yes, we love globalization. Unlike some people who don't like globalization, we love it. So light rain over here, but not too bad. And the sun is starting to rise, so it's not dark.
Here it's not yet dark. It's the clouds are still grayish. The sky is grayish.
Okay. So what time does the sun set over there?
I think it should set soon. In another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm glad. I got just yesterday. I received my pin lock insert for the visor because I have a new helmet and I didn't buy the pin lock.
Okay.
And the pin lock is very useful to control the fogging.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver.
And I was having a lot of trouble. I just have to make sure that I stop talking when you talk because I have a habit of talking too much.
So this will be a long video then.
Now we might go against your rule of having short videos. I don't know how long this one is going to turn out.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Where are you riding now?
Well, I'm just getting out of my home. I'm riding on a street called Broadway. So, the thing is that I live in the suburb over here, so not the most fun place to ride. And whenever I get out, I usually have to, ride a few kilometers to get to a nice and scenic spot. But we're in the suburb here, about 13 kilometers from downtown Vancouver, actually.
It's actually even worse here. I would have to ride a lot more to go to some scenic place. It's all flat lands around this place, so...
Yeah, well, the one thing we have is we have ups and downs everywhere here. So it's all hills.
That should be interesting. Oh.
Yeah, and one thing I've got to do is now that it rains, I need to make sure that my camera is nice and clean because I have the camera on the top of my head, and then it picks up a lot of water that way.
Okay, but it has a waterproofing cover, right?
Yes, it does have a waterproofing cover, but then the water droplets get onto the lens and then it all gets foggy and stuff. Yeah. No, I was about to ask you, you were born and raised in Bangalore, correct?
Not exactly. In the coastal part of Karnataka, which was Bangalore.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I worked in Bangalore for like 4 years before coming to Belgium.
So you're in computers, correct? Software.
Yeah, software.
Good. Just like me. I'm in software too.
Okay. I guess a lot of
all us Indian guys are in software, most of us.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Okay, so when did you?
So how long? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I keep asking questions. You go ahead.
So when did you make your first motovlog and why?
Okay, I made my first motovlog in 2015, sometime in 2015. So I always had a YouTube channel. I used to put up videos on my YouTube channel just for myself to watch because I love to actually record my motorcycle rides. So when in the early days, I used to have I had a little digital camera that I used to mount with a suction cup, and then I bought myself a Contour HD, one of the early action cameras. I bought that one.
Okay.
And then, so I used to record, but I never really spoke. And then once I started following some motovloggers, especially some guys like Heartbroken Biker at that time was really putting out a lot of motovlogs. So he was one of my early influences actually in the motovlogging.
Yeah, same here. I think from India, he was the first one whose motovlog I actually saw. He was the first motovlogger.
Right, exactly.
And I was in XBHP. I don't know if you know about that. It's a forum for.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of it. Yeah.
So that's where I think I saw his first video, and till then I was not even really aware of concept called vlogging. Yeah, I found that very interesting actually. I had decided to try it back then, like 3 years back or so, but I always thought my voice would sound funny, so I never did that.
Well, that is exactly my problem too, because I do not like the sound of my own voice. So one question to you though is, what were the technical challenges that you faced when you started motovlogging?
Technical challenges, let's see. First was to get a good audio. So I had few microphones lying in my home. I think they came free with some headset or something like that. So they didn't really work out well. And the current one, even this has some problem. It's not the best, but I'm currently managing with this. And I also tried with Zoom H1 like you did, with external microphone and and not use the GoPro audio, but then there is a problem of syncing it with the GoPro's video. So yeah, I guess audio is the main challenge. And the other one was mount, to get the right angle. So I initially had a helmet side mount, so that was not in a good position. So then I put it on chin, and for that the chin curve was too much. So then I had to buy a special glue for the mount, because regular GoPro mount was not fitting over there. So that glue, I forgot the name.
Aha, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Very similar problems I've had also. And the one big thing was that the wind noise.
Yep, wind noise, it's really annoying. I'm actually inside the town of Louisville in Belgium. And I'm currently going towards a library. I think you would like it. It looks really nice. And all the viewers, even they might like it. And I'm almost there right now. These are all pretty narrow roads.
We should
the typical European.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Streets.
We should exchange views, because you will see how crappy it is over here. It's really crappy. The rain is coming down a little more.
Okay.
And it's kind of very grey.
Okay.
And I'm having to wipe my camera just to make sure that we have a decent picture coming through here.
Okay. I just stopped my bike. The library, it's all lit up with some special lighting. I wonder how well GoPro captures, because the lighting is not good enough. I mean the natural light. So, and I have a pretty old GoPro. I hope it looks good.
What model do you have?
3 Plus Silver.
Which one?
Hero 3 Plus Silver.
Actually, I got a later one now, but it is the simple GoPro, the one without the audio. It's the GoPro entry-level GoPro.
Okay. I should have got my camera. I mean the SLR. I could have got a really nice photo with this building, but I'll have to do it again sometime.
At least one of us has a good view.
And the funny thing is, they keep changing the streets here. Like if something is one way, a week later it won't be one way. So it's a bit tricky for me to get out of this place now.
Aha, I see.
I need to watch out for all the boards.
No, I said I was hearing a beep beep, so I was wondering if I lost you. But I didn't lose you, that's good. So yeah, so what are your thoughts about the Zoom H1? I love the Zoom H1. You got me into this, but I love it because now, what I do is I use this other simple GoPro that does not have the audio input, but I mount the GoPro on my helmet, and then I just put the Zoom H1 in my pocket, and then it sounds really good. I love it. The only thing I have to do is to synchronize, but I can manage it quite nicely. So I love this Zoom H1, even for just the audio of the motovlog. What do you think?
Yeah, for me the main intention was just the exhaust note. So yes, it really works well. I found a good place for that, and that's near the rear Footpeg actually. I'm mounting it with a small bag, and that gave the best audio with almost zero wind noise even at highway speeds. So I'm really liking it now.
So no, where are you mounting it now? You're not in a bag anymore.
No, it's on the Footpeg, rear Footpeg, just above the exhaust.
Ah, I see. Okay. So, but do you have that windsock, or it is naked?
it's inside a small bag actually.
Okay, that is a great idea. I will try it.
Yeah.
Because when the Zoom H1 is inside a bag, I mean inside like a backpack, the sound is a little muffled, right? It looks like it's in a tunnel, kind of a hollow kind of sound, right?
And I have the waterproof bag, so it's even more muffled. Okay, so I am out of the town.
Yeah, no, I'm out of the buildings now, so I'm going up a hill. This is called Burnaby Mountain. It is very close to my home. I actually did a motor vlog on this.
Okay.
This is a hill. It's about 1,200 feet elevation,
Okay.
and it's got a fantastic view of the city and everything. But of course, right now we won't see anything even if we go up there. But that's where I'm going.
I went to the old library and I forgot to say something about it. So that building, which you will soon see on the video, that looks nice, and it was bombed on First World War and then they rebuilt it, and it was bombed again in Second World War and then they rebuilt it. So the current version you're seeing is actually the second rebuild.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of history there in Belgium because I said that when you were riding in the Ardennes forest,
Yeah.
that also was a huge battleground for between the Germans and the Allies.
Oh, Belgium was always stuck in between France and Germany. So it was always like the battleground, even though it didn't really want to be like that.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. Now, have you what I'm saying is that if you go in and walk in that forest, I bet you can still find some old shells and all kinds of war stuff. You might still be able to find some things.
Yeah, and there is a place where it's called the car graveyard in Ardennes. So there are like some hundreds of cars which were abandoned by the US soldiers when they had to fly back to US. So most of those cars were just lying there in the forest, rusting.
A lot of history.
Yep. Yeah, that's one thing I realized after coming here. There is like so much history regarding the two world wars that I didn't even know a lot of those stories back then.